I still feel like his mustache is not getting enough recognition.
Yeah.
Welcome to From Takedowns to Breakdowns, our new show on Out of Line Music. I am Pedro.
I'm Antonio.
And we're here today to discuss a very important topic. Perhaps a topic that hasn't gotten enough attention in the world of metal in general. Now, I write a little piece in a magazine called Metal Legion, and I call it Underground Bangers, where I expose to the world bands that are just on the cusp of one day perhaps becoming the next Metallica. Who knows? One can only guess, right? So that gives me the idea, why not dive deep into the one thing that I feel like is just on the cusp of becoming the next big thing in the world of metal.
Yeah, and it's something that me and you are very passionate about.
Exactly. You want to tell the folks what the topic is?
It's porn stashes.
In metal. Not
Yeah.
just in general.
Well,
we have to be specific here.
Well, this video is going to be about the porn stashes in metal, but porn stashes in general are
they're very near and dear to our hearts.
Exactly.
But we're talking about just the ones in the world of metal. And now we're not going to go deep into the vault and talk about Black Sabbath, because, I mean, they had great porn stashes back in the day, but back in the day, those are just like, you know...
It was the thing.
Exactly. It's like big beards now.
Exactly. Not many people nowadays...
Or man buns.
Or man buns, exactly. Not many people nowadays have the balls to pull off an amazing porn stash.
It takes a special person.
It does.
And it takes a special kind of swagger to pull off an incredible porn stash. Now, in the world of metal today, there's some underground bangers, some underground porn stash bangers, to be a little bit more specific. So I don't want to bring you Eagles of Death Metal or James Hetfield's porn stash or whoever else you can think of, some guy from Municipal Waste. That's been done. I'm talking about, let's bring up to the forefront those guys that are rocking the porn stashes, but very underground, that nobody necessarily knows about them, but they really deserve some recognition for their swagger and for all the efforts they're putting into their very own stash. Now, the picture of the person that we're going to be talking about, I'm going to give you guys my top 5. This is my list.
Yeah.
This is my favorite 5 porn stashes in metal, and they're all favorites for different reasons, because I really feel like all of them bring something different
to the table.
Thank you. So now I'm going to show them on my phone to this guy,
and then
but for you guys will see it on the screen. So starting off with number 5 on the list. Where's number 5? I think I lost him.
There.
No, there he is. All right. So starting off with number 5, Sid from 𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗪𝗡𝗦. Now, here, take a quick look.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a full porn stash.
I call it the people's stash.
The people's stash, yeah.
All right.
It's a very ballsy mustache to pull off.
I think it takes a huge amount of balls to pull this look.
Yeah, exactly. And it takes a certain person for it to really flourish on their face.
I think he's perfect.
He's perfect for it.
He rocks it. I call it also, not only I call it the people's stash, I call it the inverter of the dictator.
Yeah.
Because instead of being in the center, it's on the wings. And I think that it's a really specific look. Like you said, not everybody can pull it off. I think Sid rocks it to perfection. I think it fits him. It's his look. It's his thing. And what can I say? Like, I must admit, it's a look that I had in my earlier days, because when I started getting facial hair, that's kind of where it started.
Oh.
It was on the extremes, was on the left and on the right.
You're getting the French curls.
Yeah, I didn't have much in the center. It took me a long time for me to develop a full-on stash. I got my beard first. The stash was really the last thing to come in.
Oh, it means the complete opposite.
I remember I had to keep just the goatee rocking for at least a good 5 years until the stash kind of grew into it. So, but when it first grew into it was definitely on the corners. It was definitely on the corner. I was painting the corners, if you will. So I think that Sid really rocks the look. I really like it. I don't know if I could do it personally. I don't know if there's people out there that could do it and get away with it. But he's just... And he's a bass player.
Exactly.
So, I mean, he's got everything going for him. We all know that bass players get all the chicks. So with a stash like that, playing bass on a band like 𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗪𝗡𝗦, this guy's going places.
Exactly.
All right. So next on my list, this is a pain, the phone blocks off. It's Zach Monahan from Enforcer.
Oh, now that's...
Full. Like if you guys look at his stash, there's no gaps.
Absolutely no gaps.
It's nicely coiffed. It has volume. It's not flat, like Kurt Cobain's hair.
This is a perfect picture, by the way.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, the angle of the picture really gives you the full essence of his stash.
Exactly.
The thing that I love the most, I don't know about you, I want to get your opinion on this, but the thing I love the most about Zach's mustache is how full, how thick, how much volume it has, and how it interacts perfectly with his glasses.
I was gonna say that the glasses really, pop out the mustache.
It pop out the mustache, but the thing about him is that he keeps it really nice and compact. It's not kind of diverging into other areas.
Yeah, it's not going into the handlebar. Or...
It's not even going above his lips. You know what I mean? It doesn't have that mustache that when you drink a beer, half of the beer stays on your lip because it's like dripping from your mustache.
It's more like a cookie cutter. Like it's perfect.
It's perfectly coiffed.
Perfectly coiffed, perfectly in line.
And I don't know if I'm more impressed with the alignment of the mustache itself or with the thickness that it has, because it has volume.
You see no lip.
No, it just feels like it. I don't think he even needs a mask for COVID because the mustache kind of covers his nostrils, so it works as a filter.
Exactly.
That's how much volume he has. It's absolutely incredible. Now, the next one on my list is also a very incredible mustache by Michael Monday, A Frozen Soul.
Oh, I mean, that picture is also really good.
A picture paints... what did it say? A picture is worth 1,000 words, or something like that.
I think you could paint this picture.
I think he's actually looking up to the sky, contemplating the greatness of his porn stash. Now, his porn stash shows us a different side of what you can do with a porn stash, because his porn stash is starting to develop into a handlebar mustache.
Yeah, it's not there yet, but he's going for the Lemmy look with the.
I think 2 more albums.
2 more albums, and he'll have it.
2 more albums, he's going to be there. But right now, you could see the formation.
Yeah, there's less control. It's more wild.
I wouldn't call it necessarily wild. I would say it's more eclectic. It's more...
it's transforming.
Exactly. It doesn't have the same strict boundaries as the previous one. This one, you could see that it started off as a porn stash, but now he feels like I'm becoming more mature. We have some albums under our belt. We're signed to a big label. I think it's time I start to let the mustache grow.
As the band transforms, I'm gonna let my mustache transform with the band.
100%. And now it's starting to go into more of a handlebar mustache. At least that's the feel that I'm getting from it. Is that what you're getting as well? But I still love the fact that it's really full. It's condensed. It has volume.
There's no gaps.
No gaps. Not as nicely coiffed. I could see that there's a little bit of an over drip. But once you have the over drip, if you start to let it go into the handlebar, one kind of compensates for the other. At least I feel that way about it.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I agree.
All right. So next on the list we have Simon Olsen of Based. Now, what are your thoughts?
I'm disappointed in your list already now. I mean, I'm not going to say it's a bad one. It's a pretty good one.
It's incredible.
But there are gaps, okay? It's not as full of a porn stash that I would like. I'd probably switch him with number 4. So I would switch those two.
You wouldn't have him as high as me? I have him as number 2.
No, he'd be number 4.
Okay, but see, I think this is where you're missing the boat here. He's going for the hipster look porn stash, which you have to have a little bit of gaps in it. It's like that mocha frappuccino looking porn stash feel, where you don't have to be as perfectly coiffed. You actually have to have that morning hair to it, but in your mustache. You see what I'm saying? Like a little bit of a faulty here, a little bit of a faulty there. It's a little bit more character. It looks a little bit more avant-garde, if you will. Rugged, exactly, like mountain man, like a man's man.
No, but a man's man, the beard is full. Everything is full. The beard's full, the mustache is full.
I don't know, man. I see what you're saying. I see where you're going with this, but the other guys are like guitar players and bass players. He's the front man. He's the singer of the band.
And that's why I'm even more disappointed now.
Oh, so now you put more pressure on the guy.
Exactly, because he's
the face of the band.
If you're the face of the band and you're the lead singer, you need to have something. If your mustache is there, you need to be full. You can't have any gaps in it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. I just like the fact that he looks like he doesn't give a shit. There's some gaps. It's not really. It doesn't have the same substance. Do you see what I'm saying? It's very flat. Before I was saying if the other one didn't look like Kurt Cobain's hair, this one has a little bit more of a Kurt Cobain look. Before the shooting, obviously, but it had a little bit more of the Kurt Cobain look.
It's after.
No, after had a little bit more material in it, so I'm assuming that it had a little bit more volume. Before it was a little bit more thin.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what I'm saying to you is that I like actually the fact that it's a little bit thinner. He looks like he's growing into it. So perhaps down the line he could go full on. But I like the fact that
it's baby steps. That's why I would put him a little bit less in my list.
See, in his case, with his look, with his hair, with his style, I think less is more. That's just me.
Okay.
But now, number one on my list, we have, I mean, I'm sure you already know who it's going to be.
Oh, he's number one on
Scott
my list,
Buchanan
too.
of Unleash the Archers.
He's number one on my list, too.
He's number one on everybody's list. I mean, I don't know anybody who's making a list of the greatest mustaches in metal today and doesn't have Scott on their list.
He is forming into that handlebar, but yet it has so much of a droop to it that it's still a porn stache.
He can rock both.
Yeah.
This picture is actually not recent, right? So if you look at him now he has the full controlled Tom Berenger mustache. I don't even know if Tom Berenger has a mustache. But
I can't look at this guy without thinking about budgie smugglers.
Neither can I. But what I'm saying to you is that he's the kind of guy, he can flex different kinds of mustache. He can go with what I call the traditional porn stache, which is very controlled. It doesn't go outside of the curvature of your mouth, if you will.
It looks like a caterpillar?
Exactly. A fluffy caterpillar that just crawled there and just made your upper lip their home.
Perfect.
100%. So he can rock that because we've seen that in Unleash the Archers videos where he has it and it's nice, it looks fluffy, it looks coiffed, it looks like he takes some good care of it. It just looks really phenomenal. And now you can also see some pictures of him where he's starting to let it go into a more of a handlebar mustache, letting the drips of the side come a little bit further down, still nicely coiffed, still with a lot of volume. He's not fooling anybody. There's no Sharpie there. You know, he's not doing to his mustache with some people do to their eyebrows. He's not shaving it off and tattooing it or painting it with a Sharpie.
Au natural.
It's all natural. Exactly. And he's Canadian.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we wouldn't be patriotic Canadians if we didn't put a Canadian guy on top spot of our list of best porn stashes in underground metal. Even though Unleash the Archers is not really an underground band, but I still feel like his mustache is not getting enough recognition.
Yeah. He would be number one on my list, too.
All right, so we agree. So there's only one that you really don't think... Simon, you think he should be...
A little bit lower.
Okay.
I think I would actually put him number 5. I have more respect for the People Stache.
The People Stache?
Yeah.
See, but he's Danish. I'm a huge fan of the Laudrup brothers, so I had to kind of move him up a little bit into number 2 spot. I mean... What can I say? I'm a huge fan of the Laudrup brothers, so that also gave him a little bit... And they didn't have porn stashes. Which is a shame.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
That would have...
I think their game would have gone to a whole new level.
Yeah.
They would have gone to a whole new level. But anyways, this is our list of our top 5, or my list. You don't agree 100% with it, but you're there. 95%.
Yeah, I'm 95% there.
Okay, he's 95% on board with my list of best 5 porn stashes in underground metal, even though, like I said, not all of these bands are underground, but I feel like the love and appreciation for their mustaches, it definitely is. So this is our list. Now we want to hear from you guys. Who did we miss? Who do you think has one of the coolest porn stashes in metal? And I want to hear from some bands that perhaps go under the radar. Don't give me the usual suspects. Don't give me like the James Hetfield handlebar mustache. Don't go down that road, please. Don't give me no Mastodon. Like, everybody's seen their mustaches at the Grammys. Like, give me some stuff that there really is
the hidden
off
gems.
I was going to say off the books. Off the books. Hidden gems. I like that too. So hit us up in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts on this list. Give us your list. And we'll be here again next week for another topic, another discussion, another video.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.
See ya.